Welcome back, royal enthusiasts and beach dreamers. Today, we're diving into a story that's got everyone talking, speculating, and maybe even a little bit jealous. That's right, we're unpacking the latest buzz about Meghan Markle's reported desire to whisk Prince Harry and their adorable kids, Archie and Lilibet, away to a remote island. So, grab your imaginary passport and let's jet off to explore this juicy royal escape plan. Picture this, Meghan Markle, her freckles kissed by the sun, lounging on a pristine beach that stretches as far as the eye can see. Prince Harry, his signature ginger hair tousled by the sea breeze, is building an elaborate sandcastle with little Archie. Baby Lilibet is giggling in the shallow waves, protected from the sun in an adorable floppy hat. Sounds like paradise, right? Well, apparently, that's exactly what Meghan's dreaming of right now. According to recent reports, Meghan is yearning for an escape from the constant scrutiny and pressure that comes with being part of the world's most famous family. And honestly, can we blame her? After the roller coaster ride of the past few years, who wouldn't want to get away from it all? Now, let's rewind a bit and set the scene. Since Meghan and Harry's dramatic exit from royal duties in 2020, dubbed Megxit by the ever-creative British press, life hasn't exactly been a walk in the park for the Sussexes. We've had the bombshell Oprah interview that had jaws dropping on both sides of the Atlantic. Remember those allegations of racism within the royal family? That was like throwing a hand grenade into Buckingham Palace. Then there was the Netflix documentary series, giving us an intimate look into their lives. And who could forget Harry's tell-all book Spare? That title alone was enough to ruffle some royal feathers. It's been one headline after another, a non-stop media circus that would leave anyone craving a bit of peace and quiet. And while they've been building their new life in sunny California, it seems the pressure hasn't exactly disappeared. Paparazzi, public scrutiny, family drama, it's followed them across the pond like a persistent shadow. It's as if they can't escape the long arm of royal drama, even in the land of Hollywood and green juices. So, what's a duchess to do when the going gets tough? Apparently, dream of a remote island getaway. And let's be honest, who among us hasn't fantasized about escaping to a tropical paradise when life gets a bit too much? I mean, who hasn't been stuck in traffic or dealing with a difficult coworker and suddenly found themselves daydreaming about white sand beaches and crystal clear waters? But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just about a vacation. This isn't about sipping pina coladas by the pool or getting a nice tan. According to sources, Meghan wants to have fun as a family without any outside pressure. It's about creating a space where they can just be Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet, not the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, not the royal rebels, just a family enjoying each other's company. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, but they live in Montecito. Isn't that already pretty exclusive? And you're not wrong. Their California mansion is hardly Buckingham Palace when it comes to public access. It's a gated community, for crying out loud. But even in their luxurious enclave, they're still very much in the public eye. The paparazzi have long lenses, folks, and public interest has an even longer reach. A remote island, on the other hand, that's a whole different level of privacy. We're talking no paparazzi hiding in bushes, no curious neighbors, no constant reminders of the life they left behind in the UK. Just sun, sea, and family time. It's the kind of escape that money can buy, but privacy-craving celebrities rarely get to enjoy fully. But here's where it gets tricky. How do you balance that desire for privacy with their very public roles as advocates and content creators? Remember, they've got deals with Netflix and Spotify, not to mention their Archie Foundation. Can you really run a media empire from a desert island? I mean, sure, Wi-Fi exists, but imagine trying to upload a podcast episode with nothing but coconut-powered internet. And let's not forget the potential backlash. You can almost hear the critics now. Oh, poor Meghan and Harry having to escape to a private island. Must be nice. The optics of such a move could be, well, let's just say challenging. In a world still grappling with the aftermath of a global pandemic, where many people are struggling to make ends meet, the idea of a millionaire couple escaping to a private island might not sit well with everyone. But you know what? Maybe that's exactly the point. Maybe Meghan and Harry are at the stage where they're ready to prioritize their family's well-being over public perception. After all, they've already made the biggest break possible by stepping down as working royals. What's a little island getaway compared to that? And let's be real, after everything they've been through, a bit of family bonding time doesn't sound like such a bad idea. Imagine Harry teaching Archie how to swim, or Meghan and Lilibet having a mother-daughter beach day. It's enough to melt even the coldest of royal watcher hearts. But here's a thought, could this island dream be more than just a vacation fantasy? Could it be a sign that Meghan and Harry are considering a more permanent step back from public life? Are we looking at the beginnings of a Megxit 2.0? Think about it. They've already left the royal family, moved to a different continent, and started building their own brand. But even with all that, they're still constantly in the public eye. Maybe this island dream is the first hint that they're considering an even more drastic move. Could we be looking at a future where the Sussexes become modern-day Robinson Crusoes, swapping red carpets for palm trees? Of course, that's all speculation at this point. But it does raise some interesting questions about fame, privacy, and the price of being in the public eye. In our social media-saturated world, where everyone seems to be sharing every aspect of their lives online, is true privacy even possible anymore? Especially for someone as famous as Meghan Markle. And let's not forget about the kids in all this. Archie and Lilibet didn't choose to be born into one of the world's most famous families. Maybe this island getaway is as much about protecting them as it is about Meghan and Harry finding some peace. After all, wouldn't we all love to give our kids a childhood free from scrutiny and judgment? But here's another angle to consider. Could this whole remote island story be a clever bit of PR? I mean, think about it. By putting this idea out there, Meghan and Harry are once again controlling the narrative. They're reminding the world that they're just a family wanting some normalcy, some time away from the craziness. It's a message that's likely to resonate with a lot of people, even those who might usually be critical of the couple. And let's face it, the image of Meghan and Harry on a remote island is pretty darn appealing. It's the stuff of romance novels and Hollywood movies. Who wouldn't want to read about the adventures of a prince and his family on a tropical island? Netflix, are you listening? I think we might have your next hit series right here. But jokes aside, this story does highlight the ongoing struggle that Meghan and Harry face in balancing their desire for privacy with their public roles. They've made it clear that they want to use their platform for good, to raise awareness for causes they care about. But how do you do that if you're living on a remote island? Maybe the answer lies in finding a middle ground. Perhaps this island getaway, if it happens, will be a temporary retreat, a chance for the family to recharge, reconnect, and come back stronger. After all, even the most dedicated activists need a break sometimes. Or maybe, just maybe, they'll find a way to do both. Picture this, Meghan and Harry, broadcasting to the world from their island paradise, using their unique perspective to shine a light on issues like climate change and its impact on island nations. Now that would be a twist nobody saw coming. As we wait to see how this story unfolds, one can't help but reflect on the broader implications. In a world where privacy is increasingly scarce, especially for public figures, the Sussexes' desire for escape raises important questions about the price of fame and the value of family time. It also makes us think about our own lives. How many of us have dreamed of escaping it all, of finding our own little slice of paradise away from the stresses of everyday life? Maybe that's why this story resonates with so many people. It's not just about Meghan and Harry, it's about the universal desire for peace, quiet, and quality time with loved ones. So, what do you think, royal watchers? Is a remote island getaway just what the Sussexes need? Or is it just another chapter in their ongoing saga of seeking privacy in the public eye? Is it a dream, a PR move, or the start of something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if Meghan and Harry are taking suggestions for their island escape, I hear the Maldives are lovely this time of year. Just saying. Though, let's be real, they probably have access to islands we mere mortals have never even heard of. That's all for now, folks. Keep your eyes peeled for any Sussex family vacation pics, though if they get their way, we might not be seeing any. Until next time, keep calm and carry on dreaming of your own island getaway. And remember, whether you're royalty or not, sometimes we all need a little escape from reality, even if it's just in our dreams.